Hello and welcome to Desync Nerds, a Nintendo Switch podcast. This is episode 16, airing on Friday, the 19th of January instead of Sunday, because we like to break rules. We're your hosts. I'm Colin on Twitter at DSNColin. He's Devon on Twitter at Kulana. You can find the show at Desync Nerds. And as you know, we bring you all the latest news and hot topics from around the internet. This week, we have news regarding the Netflix on Switch, another high-profile interview, and at the bottom of the show, we'll talk about the mini direct that we had. But first, some show news. Devon, what's up?
So, it's Friday, as you so accurately pointed out. We're doing a slightly different thing this week because I was in Texas for PAX, and my mic completely just refused to do anything. That whole cord just won't respond. And there's been a lot of news. There's been a lot. We've missed so much stuff. So we're going to do a shorter episode. We're going to cut out some of the extra stuff, and then next Sunday, this Sunday, in 2 days, we're gonna do like
2 days.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna do another full-sized episode with all of the features, where we'll talk about what we've been playing in upcoming games and all that stuff. So, yeah, thanks for the understanding. Sorry for vanishing. I should have tweeted. I should have, given notice. But internet in Texas is apparently really bad because it's basically a third world country.
Okay, hold on. As a Texonian, I have to defend the rest of Texas cannot be held responsible for what happens in San Antonio. San Antonio and to some extent Houston are not Texas.
Okay. All I'm saying is that like 1/100 of an inch of ice shut down the whole city. So,
I mean, that's Texas. That's 100th of an inch of ice. Yeah, they freak out when they see ice here. Yeah.
So amazing. Anyway. I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Wow. Way to talk over it. Anyway, so on to the news. The first thing on the docket, Netflix had some comments about Nintendo and some deleted comments. Devon, what were those comments?
Yeah, so somebody tweeted at them and was like, "Yo, Switch, where are you at? Why are you not here?" And one of their customer service reps was just like, "Sorry. There are currently no plans for Netflix on the Nintendo Switch, but we appreciate your feedback on it." And then that got deleted pretty quickly. I think that was a couple of days, and or within the day. And the new tweet that they followed up with was, direct quote, "Correction, we are still exploring the opportunity with Nintendo, but don't have definitive plans to share at this time. The incorrect original tweet has been removed." So, I don't know how those lines get crossed or what happened there, because it's kind of weird for a company to take an official stance and then just be like, "Nope, sorry, that was wrong, it was wrong." Like,
I mean, they kind of say the same thing. One is just more concise, like more clear. They both like you can make the first one sound like the second one if you think about it in that way.
I mean, no plans and don't have definitive plans to share. Like, you could be 90% of the way done with a Switch app.
I mean, no definitive plans to share could mean the same thing as no plans.
Okay, yeah, I'll concede that. I don't know. I'm salty. Like, I don't know. I was listening to somebody talk about this, and they were like, the Netflix is on everything. If you get a smart refrigerator, you can get Netflix on the screen on the front of the refrigerator. So why would it not be on the Switch?
That's because it runs on Android, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Netflix is on Android. So that's not really fair, because Nintendo's obviously got its own thing going. The thing that kills me is that like Hulu's there. So why is Netflix not?
Yeah.
And like, my monthly summary will tell you my most played game this month is Hulu. Like, I would totally love Netflix on this thing.
I mean, it's coming in the 5.0 update according to this video I saw, so. For those just joining us, there was a fake video released 2 weeks ago. Not real.
YouTube was on it.
Yeah, YouTube was on it with an old icon. But yeah, Netflix, Come on, hurry up. Let's make this a thing.
All right, next up, Nintendo's president had a rather lengthy interview.
And he said a lot of things. A lot of it was kind of silly, which we'll get to. But one of the crazy things to me was he's raising the sales projections for the second fiscal year of the Switch to 20 million, which will beat, if they hit it, will have beaten the first year by, what are they at? They're at like 11 or 12 or something. They hit 10 in December, I think. Yeah, they hit 10 in December, so, and their fiscal year is up in March, so if they hit this goal, it'll be a sizable jump on their last year, so it seems, a little aggressive to me. His exact quote, though, was, "In order to be playable in the long term, the second year is crucial. Our task is to add more users, including people who barely touch game consoles." And he also said a little bit later on in the interview, "The games industry has intense ebbs and flows, and to equalize earnings, it is important to always maintain unique ideas," which, as I noted in the show notes here, spoilers for this Sunday's show, which you probably already know about because the internet went wild. So, I don't know. What do you think about raising sales projections? What do you think about the 20 million number?
I don't remember what they're at right now, but it's already breaking all kinds of records. So I think it's ambitious, but I don't think it's unrealistic.
Yeah.
It is crazy, but I think they can do it.
We will see. I mean, I'm the first one to cheerlead for them. I would love to see them be successful, as evidenced by the fact that I'm here promoting their stuff. Like,
yeah, we made a podcast for it.
Exactly. And then there's some just little quick hits here. Super Nintendo World is about to begin in Universal Studios Japan, which I think Final Fantasy World is also in Universal Studios Japan. Is that correct?
Yeah, that just happened. Like that was just tweeted about today.
Yeah. So I suddenly really want to go to Universal Studios Japan in the next, 10 years. Yeah, we'll make it a show trip. It'll be fun. They've also not seen any significant profit from their smartphone games, but they do want to continue to release those, and they're aiming again for 2 to 3 a year, which I think they've hit for this last year. They had
what? I thought Heroes was killing it. Did they not count Heroes as a Nintendo smartphone game?
I don't know. It did not. It was, so if one, it was a translation, which has its own problems, and two, they didn't go into it from the translation I saw. So
all I'm saying is my bank account disagrees with that statement.
Fair enough. Yeah, because I do remember hearing that not Fates. Heroes, thank you.
No,
Heroes was
Fates
really
is the one that sucks.
I may have set you up for that. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I mean, I heard that Run didn't do hot.
Yeah, no, Run did garbage.
Animal Crossing is doing well because there's like nothing really to buy in that game.
I don't know. People like that game a lot. I feel like
I like it too, but like I just wasn't compelled to spend money, and I'm the first person to wail out on a mobile game I like. So
fair enough. I don't know. Oh, so moving on. What else did he say? He also said that Nintendo still wants to do movies, which, only 90s kids will understand why that's a terrible idea. If you haven't seen the Super Mario Brothers movie, do yourself a favor and watch it, because it is.
Do yourself a favor and don't watch it. What?
No. It's the worst thing you'll ever experience. If you're into any kind of recreational substance, if you drink a little bit, just have a nice glass of wine and watch the Super Mario Brothers movie. And
also, if you're into self-harm.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder, Twitch will take us down for advocating for self-harm. I probably shouldn't recommend that movie to people. So he did expand on that one. He said they intend to take good care of their content, and they're not going to just hand off their licenses. They want to actually participate in the creation of those movies, which I don't feel like, I've said this before, I don't feel like Nintendo makes good stories. They make compelling experiences, and they make enjoyable worlds, but their characters are boring. Get hate mail for that. Their characters are boring, and their stories are, they're a means to an end. The story is not the experience. The story is there to kind of hustle you from, the water shrine to the fire shrine to the earth shrine, or forest temple rather. I played Ocarina of Time recently. So I don't know. How do you feel about Nintendo making movies beyond ignoring Super Mario Brothers?
No, just don't. Just stay in your lane. Just why are we doing this? Stay in your lane. Do your thing, because you do your thing well. Let somebody else do that. I mean, I don't know. I like the Tomb Raider movies. There's a new one coming. They're always terrible, and I always love them. So, there's the capacity exists for there to be an awful movie that I enjoy. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I've never seen like a good movie, like game turn into a movie.
Yeah,
I can't think of one anyway.
I feel like it's very difficult to take what is inherently a like interactive experience and turn it into a observed experience, something that you're not actively participating in. And that's hard to do even when you have compelling characters and, like what was it? Assassin's Creed had a movie recently, and it was terrible because
And I loved it, actually. Yeah, I remember watching that. I almost didn't fall asleep in it, but I still enjoyed it, so.
high marks. What, so I don't know. I don't really feel like it's doable, but I will happily be, I will be the first person to admit that I'm wrong. But
Wait for them tomatoes.
yeah, exactly.
Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Nintendo France MD, Philippe Lavrieux, I'm sure I killed that, also said some things about Nintendo going forward. What did he say? And also, I need you to pronounce that name because you just tried to throw me under the bus.
I was totally just gonna throw that one in the title and let you sit on that one. If we have any French listeners, I think we do. I think I've seen that in the demos.
I am so sorry.
So he made some great statements. Actually, I really appreciated this quote right here. He said, "This is regarding like VR and whatnot. If we do the exact same thing that everybody else, that's a weird quote. If we do the exact same thing, then everyone else, we're bound to die because we are smaller than them." And I think that's a great point. I think that that's something that Nintendo's always really embodied in all of what they do. They're not trying to compete on the graphic scale because again, they're going to lose that. They're not trying to compete on like the hardcore AAA game scale because again, they don't have the. I mean, I want to say they don't have the third-party support, but I mean, the Switch is kind of putting the lie to that statement right now. So, yeah, I mean,
it's also like a saturated market too. Like we don't need Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo fighting for teraflops. Like that just becomes too much. I'm happy Nintendo's like, I don't want to say the glue eater in the equation, but they're doing their own thing, and I really appreciate that.
Again, as we'll talk about this Sunday with Labo or Lubo or whatever it's called. I can't remember the name for the life of me.
I almost said something not PC. I get points for not saying it on air.
Okay, but pointing it out that you said it or wanted to say it is not like you.
No, I get points for acknowledging it and then not actually saying it.
Anyway, moving on. He gave a second quote. He said, "Where are 4K TVs now? Is it a good idea to invest in a technology before consumers do?" Which I think is like that's just such a great mic drop statement right there. Is it a good idea to invest in something before the consumers do? He goes on to say, "We can't invest in everything, and what novelty would we bring compared to our competitors?" Again, acknowledging that in the grand scheme of the gaming world, they're the little guys, and so trying to push out the most intense graphics is just not. That's a fight they lose. So,
I mean, you can already buy 8K TVs too, so like 4K isn't even the thing anymore.
Yeah.
CES had like curved rolling 8K TVs that like rolled themselves into a bin at the bottom of your entertainment center and rolled itself up, and it was 8K. It was like 65-inch TV.
That's going to cost more than a Model S Tesla. So,
oh my god,
like
probably
CES is all kinds of crazy. I just that quote is so happy to me though. I need to move on, but it was so good. Speaking of, let's move on.
I just wanted you to struggle for a bit longer, but okay. Splatoon 2 is the first game to sell over 2 million copies in the last 8 years in Japan, and that is enormous.
Yeah, so I'm actually surprised that this is the game that did it, really. Like,
well, me too, but it's very, as I understand it, it's very Japanese, so it kind of makes sense, but I would not have picked Splatoon 2.
Yeah, it definitely feels very Japanese in like
how they do things. Like you have to play Salmon Run only during this time because the Japanese developers believe that's the proper way to experience their game, and you're wrong if you don't like that. And that's a very Japanese thing. And then the players are just like, they just eat it up in Japan. Where here they just complain.
I mean, I missed all of the last whatchamaface Splatfest.
Oh, the Splatfests? Yeah. Who won, Devon? What was the last winner? If I hadn't told you, would you have even known? Do you even
Yeah.
remember?
It's comedy.
Ah, okay. Good try.
I knew.
Good swing in the dark there.
No, it's in the show notes actually, not these show notes, but
Okay.
I did actually record it and pay attention. And
Okay.
I would have liked to have played in it, except I was in San Antonio and I had garbage internet, so
Okay. Who won? Sweaters or socks?
I don't remember that. I didn't participate. No, that's the one I did
Okay.
participate in.
It was sweaters. I'm pretty sure. I hope. Oh my god. Anyway, moving on. There was some drama about Rainway this week again. What was it this time?
So everybody kind of freaked out because supposedly they pulled all mention of the Switch from their website, but that wasn't the case. One of their developers came to Reddit, which was kind of the eye of the storm, to correct the record. He pulled out cached archives of their website from the last 8 months every week, and it was just like, it was never there. We never said anything about the Switch on our website, so chill. Which, I love that. I love that that was a thing that they did, that they came to Reddit to just be like, yo, you're wrong, shut up.
That's amazing.
It's so good. So yeah, that's a thing. Stop freaking out over everything you see on Reddit, please. You want to intro the
They
next one?
followed that up. They followed that up with an update about the progress. What are you talking about?
So they then said that they have a browser-based version that's done. So if you have a browser-based, anything that has a browser, you have your iPad will do it. That will be out on the 20th. If you just go to their website, you can do it. Obviously, as the Switch doesn't have a browser that we can access, that's completely worthless to Switch users. But it works for, again, iPads and whatnot.
So what can you play like that? Like what? There are certain games that are like the console doesn't matter. It's just as long as you can load it on a browser, it plays.
Do we need to re-go over what Rainway is? That sounds like what I'm hearing.
It's a streaming service.
Kind of. So, okay. For everybody that doesn't know, if you play a game on your computer, yeah, exactly, with the Rainway thing open, you can then broadcast the game that you're playing to another system. So if you have a Chromecast, I think it'll do it with Chromecast. You have a PS3 in your living room, and you have a gaming PC in your computer room. You can stream from the gaming PC to the PS3, and then play your gaming PC games in your living room. And so, again, theoretically, if we had a Switch, you could broadcast your gaming PC games to your Switch, and then play, gaming PC games on your Switch.
I still don't understand who this is for. Like, why? Do you care? Is this something you would do?
Maybe.
Exactly.
I mean, it'd be nice to play PC games with my Pro Controller. That's the really big draw for me, is being able to use the Pro Controller for stuff on the PC. Because I don't have a working controller that I can put on my PC right now.
I'm gonna show you something that you can buy right now that works on your PC.
Ew, that's disgusting. That's from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, and it works. I don't even have an Xbox, but I have this.
I mean, you could get a super snazzy Steam controller for $20.
Those are weird looking, and I don't think I would enjoy those.
They are really
The pads
weird.
look strange.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
are you done with that?
That's the use case. They're also still planning a native version, which is actually done, but just waiting on Nintendo's approval. So maybe this is a thing we'll get. Who knows? I still don't think Nintendo will be down for it. Like, I just don't see this as a thing that they are okay with. But who knows?
I mean, I wouldn't have thought Wolfenstein 2 and Doom would be something to be okay with. Galgun, never in a million years thought Galgun would be on a Nintendo platform. So I mean, maybe.
Yeah. I will concede that Nintendo's doing weird things.
Actually, perfect transition. I'm going to move on now because I hate you. I never expected this either. Nintendo has filed the trademark for the 1080 snowboarding games. What? Why? I love it. I loved those games. I'd love to play that on Switch.
Or just to
I
play
miss
it
them so
in
much.
general.
Or just in general. They're like these. They're still good. They're just outdated.
Yeah, they look like hot garbage. Which won't be improved by coming to the Switch. Hey-oh.
I mean, oh my god! Before the show, I was playing that Xenoblade Chronicles 2 update, and oh my god, I forgot how bad the game looks, especially in portable mode. Oh my god, it looks so muddy.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
Yeah, that's
I
the
assume
thing.
you had nothing to say about that.
Yeah, no, that was literally just for you to be like, oh, excited.
Yeah. All right. So the last thing in our news segment, Nintendo Japanese president announces that they don't have plans to drop the 3DS this year, which makes sense because it did killer numbers, the best numbers I think since 2014, last December. So
Counterpoint, this direct. The whole direct, just like there's
well,
nothing.
it's a mini direct. Are we going to talk about the trend
Right.
of like a proper direct following a mini direct?
Oh, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. We are gonna
Yeah,
stoke
yeah,
those
okay.
fires. I don't know. I still, this was not. I kind of disagree with the calling it a mini direct because we got however many.
It called itself a mini direct.
No, I know. I recognize that, but that seems kind of
Okay.
like a misnomer to me. That it's a direct with what, 10 games, 10 new games. A lot of these are kind of big deals. I mean,
Are they though?
it's not Smash 5, sure, but it's not,
They
random
didn't
indie
even
dev.
talk about like Bayonetta 3 or Prime or Metroid Prime 4, which are like things that they talked about last month even.
Yeah.
And there was like no preamble. There's usually a lot of like preamble to this stuff. They're just like, that's on YouTube, go find it.
That was amazing. So let's get into this. I
Okay.
want to talk about this whole drama because it was amazing. I have never been more in love with the company's PR department than I did during this whole mess. So we did talk about this a little bit last week, so I'm going to recap briefly with stuff that we've already said. This whole thing started with a lot of people saying that this was pretty much confirmed. They assumed probably the second Thursday of the month because for some reason that's a thing Nintendo does. It was followed up with some leaks. There was a leaker on, I can't remember. I think it was NeoGAF. There was some forum, and he's kind of a known leaker. He's leaked stuff before. And then there was the corporation missteps with Electronic Arts and the FE thing. And then last Sunday, Nintendo goes full troll. It is amazing. They tweeted out some just random stuff that didn't actually really help that much. One was Talker2, which is a character from Super Mario Odyssey who gives you hints if you ask him for hints about where to find power moons. And the quote was, "What is the secret you're seeking? I know it, haha. I can't tell you. It's hiding somewhere and no peeking. Go find it, skruck ha." So they posted that. And then I think 24 hours later, they retweeted it. And I remember seeing it when it got tweeted, and then going to Reddit, and just Reddit is losing its collective minds. It was so good. People were, freaking out. So it was so delicious. I enjoyed that so much. So they then tweet out a picture of a character from Chibi Robo. What is Chibi Robo? I have no idea what this is. Okay.
Some Japanese thing.
He was on fire. The character was on fire, and there was no text. There was no explanation. It was literally just a Chibi Robo character. We then had a barrage of other devs posting responses. So like,
similar responses. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a character from League of Legends, Brand, who's a fire. Like he's a dude that's on fire. There was a picture, the Doom guy with his thumb up coming out of the lava.
The Mega Man boss.
Yeah, the Mega Man boss that was on fire. All of these other companies are just piling on, and
I think there's even an Uncharted one, like with like the sun in the background. It looked kind of like Nathan Drake was on fire.
And so of course people took these to mean these are companies that have stuff in the direct, which of course,
which of course is not. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Riot Games with League of Legends. Like, I don't think we'll ever see League of Legends on a non PC console. So
Arena of Valor though,
yo, I'm so hyped for Arena of Valor. Not if you don't know what Arena of Valor is and you like MOBAs, go play Arena of Valor because it's coming to the Switch. And then there was also a Tomodachi Life character in a hot dog suit, which got tweeted again with no comment. And it just like, I don't even know what to say. It was so funny. Oh, and then GameStop had a flub where they tweeted the direct will be live in 45 minutes and then immediately deleted it. But of course, people found it because you can't hide things from the internet.
It was totally planned.
You think so?
There's no way that wasn't planned. Didn't Nintendo Russia do something similar?
Nintendo Russia said in response to a question that there would be news on the direct soon and to be patient or something like that.
And then deleted that immediately too.
So
They knew what they were doing.
I don't know. But again, of course, people lost their minds over this. And then there was a Twitter user at Gravity the Ghost. He figured out or stated that the direct would be a surprise. And he took this from the fact that Chibi Robo, which was a surprise, like the direct where Chibi Robo was announced was a surprise that just came out of nowhere. And then the Tomodachi Life direct, which again was also just came out of nowhere. So he kind of decided that it would be a random out of nowhere direct, which obviously it was. I don't think this is something that actually got picked up until the direct came out, but props to him for Nostradamusing this.
Figuring it out, yeah.
So that brings us to the direct, which I'm actually pretty happy with it. You call it a mini direct, you crap on it all you want, but I was happy. What?
With what? What in here excited you?
Well, let's just go down the list. The World Ends With You, which if you didn't play it, huh?
You've played and beat this game before, yeah?
I have not beat it, actually.
Okay.
This is one of those games that came out when I was playing League, so of course I didn't play anything else through any real, so I've still not actually beaten it. It's also got additional content, I believe, and there's a whole nother little character chapter. So these games are really fun. I'm kind of interested to see how they do them on the Switch, because they were again DS games, so they made heavy use of the touchscreen. So I don't really know what they're gonna do about that. But GameStop has it currently listed at $60. So, and we know all we know about release date is this year. Do you care at all?
No, it's so not my jam. And I remember you talking about this in 2014. So I don't remember. I don't know. Rather, yeah, no, I don't care. I was upset to see that there, to be honest. But more is always better. So
yeah. If you can't wait, there is people are dying in my house, who knows. There is a phone version of it that is out right now on, I believe, Android S and iOS. So but moving on to other things Devin's excited about, Dark Souls Remastered. It's coming out in late May. It will be $40, and then we've got some other stuff that we'll get to. Do you care about this at all? I feel like you were excited for this.
This is literally the only thing on here that I was excited for. I never played the first one. I kind of wanted to. For $40, I'll buy it. I'll buy it and play it. I like this one. I'm the most excited for because it's in the same vein as Doom and Wolfenstein, in that it's a mature title, which is not something Nintendo does. So for that alone, I like it. I also haven't played it, so I'm interested in trying it. But yeah, that was where it started and ended for me. The direct did. So
fair enough.
It was the last thing they showed.
So we also know that it will be 1080p at 30 frames per second while docked, and it'll be 720p handheld, probably also 30 frames, but they didn't specify. And as
long as it looks better than Xenoblade.
And it will also have dedicated servers for the multiplayer, which I don't know why that was a bullet point that they were that was important to them, but there it was. So I thought it was worth mentioning. Oh, you lied. There's more that you care about. We'll get there, but there's more that you cared about.
That's okay. But that's a revelation that I came to recently. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
Anyway, so getting a little low key for a minute, we had a SMO update, which it's got a weird PvP mode, kind of like. I hesitate to call it PvP, but it is functionally you are playing against other players. So you get 30 seconds, and then you either have the choice to hide a balloon or find a balloon. And if you hide a balloon, you just have to find some random location on the map that you're in and place the balloon there. And then find a balloon is exactly what you expect. You get a little arrow on your screen that says the balloon is, above you and to the right, and you have to follow that arrow. And I don't know. I don't know why this was in a direct. It was very weird to me. It's also got new outfits and new filters for the snapshot mode. But again, it's like, this is such a minor update. Why is this in the direct? You're gonna buy SMO for this, aren't you?
No, God, no.
Yeah. So, moving on, we have a DLC battle pack for Pokken Tournament. Pokken Tournament? I don't actually know how that's pronounced.
It's Pokken. Okay. Like Pokemon.
That sounds like crazy talk. Anyway, so there's going to be two pieces of DLC. They're going to be purchased together, though. One will have Aegislash as a playable, and then Mega Rayquaza, because everybody likes their Digimon, and Mimikyu? Mimikyu? I don't actually know how to pronounce
Yeah,
that.
the little like ghost-looking Pikachu thing.
I love that Pokemon. It's so good. So that'll be the first download. The second one will have Blastoise as a playable, and then Celebi and Mew as the supports. So if I cared about Pokken Tournament, I'm sure I would love this, but I didn't really like Pokken Tournament. The first wave with Aegislash and Rayquaza and Mimikyu comes out on the 31st of this month, and then the second wave with Blastoise will release on the 23rd of March, and they can both be purchased together right now for $15 USD. So, and I think I speak for both of us when with a collective.
Womp womp.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool, but I don't care.
cool for the people that want it. Yeah, exactly. And then the most important part of the Direct, Dragon Quest Warriors demo came out. Which this is the other thing that I was talking about.
What it's Dragon Quest Builders, isn't it?
Dragon Quest. Yes, I don't know why I wrote Warriors.
Probably because there's also like a Legend of Hyrule Warriors. That's
Hyrule
what it is.
Warriors, yeah.
So you probably just got mixed. But yeah, Dragon Quest Builders demo. Yes.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard of this, it's kind of like Minecraft plus like action RPG Diablo game. If you haven't played the demo, just go download it. It's a demo. Just go download it. It's a sizable demo too. So
It's pretty decent, yeah.
yeah, we played it on the plane ride to PAX and the the preceding waiting at gates. That is always so fun. So
The thing that's neat to me is this is locked at 60 frames.
oh, is it really?
On
I didn't see that.
on the Switch, yeah. And like where you see performance dips, you see the same exact and oftentimes worse performance dips on the PS4 version, which is like wild to me. But yeah, so docked it's 60 frames. In portable mode, it's 30 frames, 720p for both modes. So yeah, it's really cool. I only played it in docked, so it was just like buttery smooth. It looks so good.
I actually
Which for Switch is weird.
I need to go back and play it on the TV now because I only played it portable. Again, I was at an airport, so I'll have to go back and try that again. And then yeah, we'll go into more in depth about our experiences with the demo on this Sunday's show because again, this is a mini, and that was something we cut out. Moving on, or unless you have something else, go play the demo. That's our wrap up.
That's the something else, yeah.
They also announced SNK Heroines. I don't really know what to say about this. So it's expected in summer. It'll be published by NIS, who said that this year is the year of the Switch for them. It's a 2-on-2 fighting game. Think like MVC kind of, I think. And it's a bunch of SNK female characters. And yeah, I don't really know what to say about it. Like
Lots of TNA.
yeah, exactly.
It's a fan service Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the Street Fighter comparison hurts your soul a little bit, but that's like a fan service Blaze Blue. That's what it was to me.
Yeah. Yeah, so they didn't really talk about mechanics too much except for the fact that it's 2-on-2. And of course there's Redress Your Girl. You can buy outfits for her and costumes and yeah, I can't fully express my distaste. The one mechanics thing that we did hear about that was distasteful as well was that it has think like Mortal Kombat finishers, but that's how you end the fight. So, person's health bar is down to 0 and now you need to use a finisher to actually end the fight. And I just don't love that. I don't know. This is not for me.
I think Fighter Z has some of that.
Does it?
But I don't think it's that bad. Like I don't think you absolutely have to execute it to end the fight.
No. Yeah, this feels inspired by like Smash Bros too, because that kind of has the same mechanic where you have to smash them with not smash them, but you have to use some kind of like strong attack to bump them off the map. But there are ways around it that isn't just like, oh, hit this button combo. Oh, one other thing they did say was that all of the special moves will be single button presses, so there's no, like a quarter circle forward and then a button presser, the Z shape, the kind of weird Street Fighter controls that there are. So props for that, but also it feels like fan service and that makes me feel gross. Moving on, we have Payday 2, which, I mean, we knew this was coming. This isn't a surprise, but we do have data now. It is coming on the 23rd, as I wrote in the show notes, of February, with a timed exclusive character. So if you buy it during the first however long they decide, probably month, but if you buy it during that period, you'll get an extra character, which I assume will be DLC because, again, this company really likes their DLC. It will be $49.99 USD, and we have the download because it is available for pre-purchase on the shop. It is 9.7 gigs, which we've seen worse. But
it could be way worse, yeah. It could be mostly in a cartridge and then also 10 gigs. Yeah.
And this will also have a physical release on release, so if you don't want the 10 gig download, it's there. We've talked about this. This is not for either of us. Like, it would be fun if it were cheaper. Like, I would buy it as on a whim, but February is kind of looking great, and I'm just not looking to spend $50 on a shooter for the Switch. That isn't Doom. Literally game of the year for people last year. Yeah. Further, we have Mario Tennis Aces, which I actually, I'm not emulating, I swear I have all of these games. Recently, I was playing Mario Tennis with my little brother, actually, and they're fun. You can make faces, but this is like the equivalent of me also enjoying basketball games, you know? Like, tennis is a snore fest. Mario Tennis, on the other hand, is cool.
And it's also got a story mode, which is pretty lit.
Yeah, so they said that they have a complete story mode, which has not been seen since the GBA version in, whenever the GBA was, 1943 or whenever the GBA came out.
Way older than that.
So, and it's coming out this spring, so in the next, probably 6 months. I will probably play it, especially if it's in a dry month, then I will absolutely get it. But this is the sort of like party game that I like, so. No thoughts? Nothing? Not into it?
I mean, I play NHL, so I can't actually get on you for that. NHL is like the most boring friggin' game ever, and I buy the new one every year just because I love EA so much.
Yeah, it's such a good company. You
They're
wait for your loot boxes.
Probably the best company.
Yeah.
They make all the best games. Everybody knows it.
In fact, check that. Moving on, we have Yes 8. Yes YS. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
I'm pretty sure it's like East.
East? Oh, maybe.
Or East, who even knows?
Who knows, yeah. Japanese games are weird. So this is coming out this summer. There will also be a special edition for $100, which is a Switch exclusive. I don't remember if the game is actually Switch exclusive or if it's going to be multi-plat. I couldn't find that. No?
I'm pretty sure it's already out for like other platforms, isn't it?
I don't know. And my keyboard makes way too much noise to actually Google that, so I will leave that one up to you. But while you're looking for that, it is the special edition.
You can buy it for PS4 right now.
Okay, so it's already out for other stuff. So this is a port. The special edition that is Switch exclusive will have a hardcover book, which they didn't explain what was in it. I have no idea. I'm assuming it's story content because there's also a softcover art book. So obviously they're not going to put two art books in the same package. So that's a big mystery. The softcover art book, a CD soundtrack, a letter opener in a form of a sword from the game, which I loved. That was so cool. I don't use letter openers. I don't care about letter openers, but
I mean, I would if I had a sword one.
Right? Yeah, it's so awesome. I love it. So
I'd be like, "Yo, Jasmine, you have a letter to open? Come here, I got you." She'd be like, "I hate it every time."
So.
And a box.
Oh, and a box. Yeah, there's a fancy box that it comes with. It's a JRPG, so I mean, I don't know. I don't need another JRPG in my life. I don't think you do either.
From what I saw of it, I might get it. It looked to me like what I was hoping Xenoblade Chronicles was, like how it played, because the combat in that game is like swimming through mud, and this looked a lot smoother, a lot more enjoyable. Mm-hmm. So I might. I definitely won't be getting the $100 edition though, because I don't know if I'll like it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, this one for me will definitely be the same as like Mario Tennis, and that if it's in a dry month, I will probably pick it up if there's competition.
Same, 100%.
Yeah. So, moving on, we have Kirby Star Allies, which I'm excited for. I like Kirby games. I like multiplayer Kirby games especially. I think I've mentioned this on the show, but one of my fondest memories of being younger is the 2-player Kirby where one player plays as Kirby and the other player plays as one of the minions. And then you suck up new minions and then you can give out the power to the second player again. And they're fun games. Kirby's great. Fight me.
I like Kirby. What?
Oh, do you really?
I do. I love Kirby.
Okay.
The last one I played, admittedly, was Kirby's Dream Land.
SNES?
Like back on the. They redid it for, I think it was GBA, and that was the last time I played it. But I loved it. There's no reason I haven't played it since then. I just haven't.
Yeah, just haven't been in Nintendo's world.
And if I have been, it's been Fire Emblem basically. So
Fair enough.
I've never, until the Switch, I really didn't care much about Nintendo. For me, it's all about Final Fantasy. And the reason I bought a 3DS, or not a 3DS, but my first Nintendo DS, is because they remade Final Fantasy 3, the original Final Fantasy 3, for the DS, and I wanted to play it. So yeah, a Kirby. I'd love Kirby. I just haven't, had the consoles.
I think that they said this has online co-op too, so obviously that's...
Does it really?
I know it has local co-op for sure, 100%. I think that they said online co-op. I don't have that in the notes because I'm me, but we'll have to double check that later.
At 3 gigs, I might get that.
Yeah, so
I'd play that with you.
That is a good segue. It is available on the 16th of March, and it is 2.8 gigs because Nintendo works magic and they make their games so tiny. I don't understand how they do this. It's always impressive how just their games are so small. It is also available for pre-order right now through their eShop with, you can download it right now and get it on your system. So just some other features they've added. There's mission mix and match abilities with friends kind of feature. So they showed a couple of examples that they showed where one person was Kirby with a water jet, so he sprays a water jet straight up, and then the character to the left of him shoots Ice Blast, which just shoots like little puffs of ice. And then when they connect, it shoots icicles. So that kind of like
Magica feel.
Yeah, Magica. I was trying to think of what's the one that's on Switch? Something Parchments. 9 Parchments?
9 Parchments.
Yeah, so that kind of like elemental mixing experience. They also showed this one was slightly less cool. One character had lightning, one character had a yo-yo, and when they acted together, the yo-yo was infected. I don't know why infected. Was like enhanced with lightning, and it did more damage. So
taser yo-yos.
Exactly. Don't tase me, bro. So that's that. It also has 4-player co-op, which we know is local. Again, as I already alluded to, I think it's online, but we'll have to double check that. So, and I'm excited for this. I don't know that this one even is like a maybe for me. I think I'm just gonna grab this because I like Kirby. Nothing else? You good? Okay. And then we have FE, huh?
Yeah, FE, which is not Fire Emblem. I think it's actually pronounced Fae. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. It's an EA game, so who cares? But actually, it's just an EA published game. It's not an EA game.
Yeah,
What did you think of this? Because I thought, even though it's a platformer, I might be into it because it looked like it was a little bit more than just a platformer.
Yeah, they emphasized the sound stuff in a way that I can't fully wrap my head around. Like, I don't really understand what they're trying to get at.
Bro, it sounds good.
One of the little like box quotes we saw was game is focused on a quote tactile song mechanic, which again, what does that even mean? They also
Ocarina of Time.
How is that tactile?
Like where you had to play the music to do the things.
So I don't know. They also talked about how they will be using the HD Rumble to give you the feel of the sounds, which again, I would love to see more innovative uses of the Joy-Cons, like cool stuff. The HD Rumble is a big one. I've heard really good things about the 1-2 Switch HD Rumble, and I've just not really experienced it as anything cooler than just, it's Rumble and a controller. So I really want to see it used to a more interesting effect. Just as our little fact sheet, it is coming out on the 26th of February. It's a multi-plat platformer. That's basically all we know at this point. Again, it looks... I just don't understand what this is. I don't understand what the gimmick is. And maybe that'll become more clear as we come closer to it, but... Did you see...
What?
Did you see price?
I didn't see a price. Yeah. I assume 60 because it's EA, but
Yeah, it's
the thing that makes me sad about this is HD Rumble. That's only in the Joy-Cons, so you can't use the Pro controller because that's just regular Rumble, and you can't use the $30 like Power A controllers because there's no Rumble in those at all.
HD Rumble's only the Joy-Cons?
Yeah, it's definitely not in the Pro controller.
That would explain why I've never experienced cool HD Rumble. Because I don't use Joy-Cons.
Oh, have you never played with the Joy-Con? Put them on the little thing that it comes with. That's like kind of uncomfortable, and go play like even Xenoverse. Xenoblade uses it to some effect too. Actually,
I'll have to try that
especially in the combos. You can hear it too because it sounds different when it's trying to do a different type like style of vibration.
Oh, actually, I do remember now that you mentioned that in Golf Story, if you shoot the ball off the map, you get a little like the sound as someone in old cartoons when someone's falling down the cliff and it's like a whistle as it falls sound. You actually can hear that. Yeah, exactly. So I have experienced some of the HD Rumble. Do we have anything else to say on this? I don't have anything else to say on this. You sound kind of interested.
We'll see.
Yeah. And then, so this is the one that we speculated was going to be a thing. It's kind of been a thing. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So I'm excited for this because this was apparently a really good game, and I just never played it on the on the Wii U, despite having being one of the 8 people with one. Comes out on May 4th. GameStop has it currently listed as $60, and they will also be adding a new playable character in Funky Kong. So one of the things I saw that I didn't catch in the direct was that Funky Kong is supposed to be like
easy mode.
Yeah, exactly. He's the easy mode character, but it's not like easy because you're bad at video games. It's easy because he's so cool and
yeah. Because he's got a surfboard, so he's immune to damage, and like it doesn't matter if he falls in the water because he knows how to swim.
Yeah, I love this rebranding of like easy mode as being something that isn't to be ashamed of. Because I mean, I don't know, I've never seen an easy mode that I didn't feel dirty for taking. Like Mario plus Rabbids, every battle is like, do you want to play easy mode? And I'm like, no, I'm better than that. I don't need that. And so like seeing it rebranded as something that's cool is like. Props. That's awesome.
I mean, maybe it's my advanced age creeping up on me, but I'm more and more finding that I would just rather play games on easy because I don't want to play them for the challenge. I want to play them for the story or the experience. Like I started a Final Fantasy 15 story because I still haven't beat that despite it being a million years old now. And it was like, would you like to play in easy mode? And I'm like, yes, I think I would. I don't want a challenge. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
So I mean, it's like especially in easy mode on a platformer, he's kind of making me want to play this. I grew up on Donkey Kong Country. That was my jam, and I've just sucked at platformers ever since. I actually sucked at platformers from the beginning. So Funky Kong kind of makes me want to buy this.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did we say release date? Release date is May 4th. I don't know if I already said that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I want it. I'm excited for it because I like these games a lot, and I was sad that when I sold my Wii U, I was like, oh, I never got to play that. That's kind of a bummer. So
it's been raved by like everybody I like subscribed to. It's like that's the best game on Wii U. I'm like, what, really?
The competition is so fierce.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. We have another port, Hyrule Warriors. Do you care about this at all?
In fact, I don't. And then I am, in fact, super shocked. Like, why?
Why what? Why you don't care or why it's a thing?
Well, kind of both, but mostly why. Like, why would they pick Hyrule Warriors to port to Switch? Of all the games that you could have ported to Switch, like Smash.
I think they're saving Warriors? I think they're saving Smash for like it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big release
for the real direct.
The real direct.
It's going to come in like a week.
TBD, yeah, announced soon.
Next Thursday.
So it's Hyrule Warriors is basically it's just like an action version of Zelda. I actually said that to Abigail, and Abigail was like, "Aren't all Zeldas technically action games?" And
they're more action adventure, and this is more like a action dungeon crawler. Is that what you said? Tell me that's what you said.
That is not what I said. I said touche.
Uh-huh.
You're right. That is also an action game.
What? Way to concede. It's a Warriors game with Zelda and Link.
Yeah.
It's Fire Emblem Warriors, just the Hyrule version.
And that is what I'm gonna say is why this is a thing. I think that Fire Emblem Warriors did fairly well. I think we saw it on the top 20 list. Is that correct?
Yeah, okay, but we also decided that there were only 20 games worth playing last year.
So
I mean, yeah, it's probably it though. You're probably right.
The other thing to note, it's gonna have all of the DLCs. So there's 29 total playable characters, which blows my mind. How are there 29 playable Zelda characters? Like,
I didn't even know there were that many characters in. Like when I was watching the thing back, I'm like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
So it's just a thing. They're gonna have every map and mission baked into it. Don't think they set a price. So yeah, I will be skipping.
Like the Mario Kart, where it's just everything included.
Yeah, exactly, because you
kind of
have to support
Breath of the Wild skins for Link and Zelda.
Oh, that's right. They announced that in the thing, so that's kind of cool. But
yeah, because he's blue now.
Yeah, he got a new outfit. He fab AF. But yeah, I will be skipping this. I have 5 hours into Fire Emblem Warriors. That was a poor choice on my part, but here we are.
So you beat Fire Emblem Warriors then?
Moving on, we have one more piece of DLC. It was Donkey Kong in Mario plus Rabbids, which I have mentioned on the show that I just recently got, and I've been playing a fair amount of it actually, so this is kind of cool. I don't know that I'm into it enough to buy the DLC for it, but we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of a fun game. So he will come out in spring. It will also feature a new chapter in a new world with a brand new story, so another section of the game. And I mean, I don't know, maybe. I feel like, I don't know, the characters in that game are weird. Did you order it yet? I know you were like kind of hot to trot on it.
This DLC made me reconsider it because I love Donkey Kong a lot. I know. And I mean, it looks like the kind of game I would love. I just need to, take the plunge.
Mm.
And so when I saw Donkey Kong was coming to it and I saw that video again, and then I watched an hour-long Let's Play, I was like, yeah. I was having a hard time convincing myself to save my money.
So here's what you need to do. You need to take the 5-hour drive down to San Antonio, rent it out of a Redbox. I have a free one-night Redbox rental that I got from PAX, and then you just play it for a couple of days, and then take the 5-hour drive down to San Antonio again.
Okay, but I already spent that money on a different game that I know I'm going to enjoy because I've been playing it all weekend.
What did you buy?
Dissidia, Final Fantasy.
Oh, I didn't realize that was out.
It's out. Well, I pre-ordered it. It's coming out on the 30th.
Okay. Anyway, that is not the scope of the show.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I know that was
Monster Hunter World.
I got to play that. Did I tell you about it? Again,
no,
not the scope of the show.
All right. Okay. Wait till after the show.
We can talk to that off air. And then, as a fun ending, it should be noted that after every mini direct that has been shown by Nintendo, there was a second direct anywhere from the next day, in some cases, and then up to 22 days afterwards. So keep those hype engine revved. So we're going to get a mini direct in the next couple of weeks, people. We're
going to get a regular one, and there's going to be Smash Port on it.
Yeah, exactly. Go for those.
Calling it right now.
You know what? I asked for like a
Don't do it.
I just wanted a prediction, and you gave me garbage.
Technically correct garbage.
Yeah, I mean, way to shoot for the moon there. If you want to experience those fun conversations between us and more, you can follow us on Twitter. I am at KULANAH, and he is at DSN Colin. If you want to email the show, you can email us at desyncnerds@gmail.com. You could also tweet at the show collectively at desyncnerds. If you want to help support the show, we're on Patreon, patreon.com/desyncnerds. As soon as I get caught up, I will be going back to doing my headline roundups every day except for the day of the show, the day after the show. If you want to support the show but you can't do so monetarily, you can rate and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, or Google Play Podcasts. I have noticed that people have actually been rating us, and I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. We need more 5-star reviews. You can catch us next Sunday in 2 days. at twitch.tv/desyncnerds, and then we'll put the VODs up on YouTube. The channel is Desync Nerds, which doesn't have a real channel name because YouTube doesn't like me. We are also on Discord at bit.ly/DSN Discord. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Peace.